So, you're sitting at your desk determined to study mathematics, but you're really not sure what to do? In this video, I'll be describing the second of 4 possible things that you can do. G'day, and welcome to Crystal Clear Mathematics, where it is easier than you think. I'm your host, Graham Henderson. The second of the 2 common study methods involves things that you have to be able to do, and these are called skills. Any time in mathematics that you're required to demonstrate, prove, solve, derive, or find an answer, you are using a skill. As you'll recognise from watching my 3 videos about how your memory works, particularly the one on long-term memory, you'll recognise that in order to learn skills, you must practice them. Mathematics is one of the most skill-based academic subjects that you will ever study. In a way, it's like learning dance or drama, or a sport, or a musical instrument. Most of your time studying your mathematics will be doing mathematics. The best initial method that I can recommend is simply doing your homework and keeping on doing questions until you're sure and confident that you understand the work that you're doing. Now, to achieve this well, you might find that it's helpful to get another textbook or another resource book from your school library, or by asking your teacher. Of course, on my website I will be attempting over the next few years to produce a lot of this kind of material for you to download, but it's just not there yet. Remember that practice only makes permanent. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. The great samurai swordsman Miyamoto Musashi, in his book of 5 Rings, which I encourage you to read, comments or observes that you can only fight the way you practice. And the very famous French chef Fernand Point also observed that excellence is the sum of little things done well. So do things excellently, do things well, and practice that way. This is the attitude that will bring you success in mathematics, setting your work out methodically and well and practicing that way. Now, of course, when you're finished doing your questions and you're confident that you're doing them quickly and well, it's time to use your diary again and to make a note somewhere in the future to rehearse this work before you figure that you might forget it. Of course, if you couldn't understand the work, then it's absolutely vital that you get your parent or your teacher or your tutor or someone to help you understand it, or you search the internet or YouTube for videos or documents that will explain it to you. I'll be attempting on my YouTube channel and also on my website to post a variety of videos describing how to do different aspects of your mathematics well. So you're welcome to use those, but it will take time, so be patient. But subscribe to the channel, and at least you'll hear about them when they are posted. It's important that you never finish a chapter and go on to a new topic in your mathematics unless you're confident that you can do every question in the chapter. I know that sounds like a big ask, but if you make the effort now to understand the work, it saves an enormous amount of effort in study later. If you're determined to be a very good mathematics student, there are 2 attitudes that I recommend you cultivate. The first is that you will never leave a question unfinished, that you will stick at it until you succeed in solving it. Now, this may require 20 or 30 minutes or even up to an hour or 2 or 3 hours before you succeed, but it is invaluable time. In the event that the textbook has the wrong answer, which unfortunately is the case sometimes, if you suspect that, then get your teacher to check the answer for you. The second attitude is to be determined that you're capable of answering every question in the textbook. Now, it doesn't mean that you do every question, but it does mean that you read every question, you examine every question on the way through the textbook, and are satisfied that you can do every single one of them. Of course, you should do most anyway as part of your practice. Finally, knowing a skill and being able to perform the skill are not quite sufficient in and of themselves. There's always the question of speed. Unfortunately, your examinations are timed, and it's vital that you be able to work quickly. So I recommend that you use a stopwatch or a timer. Most mobile phones have them, to time your work. If you've got 20 questions to do, time the first 5, predict how long it will take you to do the next 15, and race the clock. It actually adds a little bit of a buzzer and excitement to your study. Time flies more quickly, and believe it or not, you remember better when you've got that little bit of stress or pressure on you. So you win in all ways. It takes you less time and you remember well. Of course, when you're doing past exam papers, you should always time those. Part of building speed is doing lots and lots of small questions in your head very rapidly, and this is called drill work. I encourage you to spend a good amount of your study time doing drill work. It's a very, very good exercise to be able, for example, to sit down with a list of 2-step linear equations and solve them in your head as rapidly as you can, and get someone to check the answers for you, and then progress to 3-step, 4-step, 5-step linear equations, and to see if you can, with increasing complexity, perform those functions in your head. This is an excellent use of time. In just 5 minutes you can do more work in your head than you could probably do in 20 or 30 minutes on paper, with the same benefit. I'll be attempting to create quite a variety of these drill sheets for you and posting them on my website. If you're interested in seeing them or being kept up to date about their production, then please watch our Facebook page periodically, or you can follow the link in the description below this video and go to our website and leave your name on our mailing list. Your overall aim is to build long-term recall of your skill and to be able to use it confidently and with great speed. In short, when you study, you should be working through 3 phases. The first is to build understanding, the second is to build speed, and the third is to build it into your long-term memory. Unfortunately, most students in school only achieve the first of those 3 goals, and some don't even achieve that. Unfortunately, they don't do enough work to become quick at what they do, and they don't work wisely enough with a diary to get the skill remaining in their long-term memory. If you can achieve all 3 of those goals, you should do very well indeed. So, now you're summarising well and you're practicing your skills well. In my next video, I'll be explaining how to deliberately study to reduce your careless error rate in examinations. This is Graham Henderson, hoping that with practice you can build speed and finesse and immediate recall of all your important mathematical skills. Please subscribe to my channel or like or comment on this video. Thank you.